Hey there, fellow adventurers and curious souls. Welcome back to another Lake Calamita camper update. It is Saturday, August 9th, and if I seem a little frazzled, well, there's good reason for that. Honestly, the last couple of months have felt like navigating a minefield blindfolded. Progress on Lake Calamita has felt slower than molasses in January, but I wanted to give you the lowdown on what's been keeping us spinning. July. Oh, July, you were a whirlwind. We kicked things off with Corey's birthday right at the tail end of June. A little celebration to get us started. Then bam, 4th of July weekend in sunny Venice, Florida, catching up with our wonderful old neighbor, and of course getting some much needed dog sitting cuddles. No sooner were we back than it was straight into another theme park gig. This one had us working nights, which, let me tell you, does wonders for your sleep schedule. Not. But hey, you gotta keep the adventure fun topped up, right? Just as we were dusting off the night owl cobwebs, the roofers descended. Our poor leaky roof finally got some much needed TLC. Of course, that meant the fun of taking down and then reinstalling all of the gutters. You know, the glamorous side of home ownership. And because life loves to throw in a curveball, smack dab in the middle of all that construction chaos, we had some investment paperwork that needed our in-person signatures. Sounded simple enough, but you know how these things go. A trip here, a form there, not exactly relaxing. But wait, there's more. I decided in my infinite wisdom to host a theme party for the lovely producer from one of our recent projects. So, while we were juggling roofers and paperwork, it was full-on hostess mode, cooking up a storm, scrubbing every corner, and generally trying to make the house look like that it hadn't just survived an earthquake. And let's not forget my monthly daddy dinner. For those of you who don't know, my dad and I video call and cook together. It's a cherished tradition, but fitting it into that July schedule felt like a strategic military operation. Now, because I clearly wasn't busy enough, my brain decided it was the perfect time to start seriously planning our next big adventure. Bhutan. Cue the international logistics nightmare. Wiring money overseas has become an Olympic sport, apparently. Our usual bank decided to retire from the international wire transfer game, so finding a secure alternative was an adventure in itself. Let's just say nothing is ever as easy as a quick Google search suggests. Then, finally, after what felt like an eternity, our permit for the septic leach field came through. Hooray! Except that meant Operation Plant Relocation. We spent a lovely afternoon digging up all of our precious flowers and shrubs, moving them to safety so they wouldn't become casualties of the heavy machinery. The septic installation itself went relatively smoothly until it didn't pass initial inspection. Cue a day of waiting for adjustments. Thankfully, it's now all sorted and up to snuff. And just when I thought I could catch my breath, I remembered I was planning another dinner for my wonderful friend and co-worker who is also involved in helping a friend in the midst of her own camper renovation. The thought of them arriving to a giant dirt pile in our front yard was concerning. But as you may have seen, we managed to spin that little geological event into part of the Rough Riders theme for the dinner. Oh, and because the universe has some quirky sense of humor, Corey also got the call for jury duty in the middle of all of this. You just can't make this stuff up. But amidst all of this delightful chaos, there was a glimmer of camper progress. I actually managed to get the camper door painted, and using the leftover letters from the Lake Calamita molding project, I decided to add a little ironic touch. I'm calm spelled on the door. I absolutely love how it turned out. When the door is open, it almost disappears, and when it's closed, it ties in beautifully with the interior design we're aiming for. Since our guests tomorrow are also deep in the trenches of their own camper rehab, I've staged Lake Calamita with some of the furniture we've acquired and plan to install. Hopefully, seeing the vision come together will give us all some much needed motivation. So there you have it, a ridiculously detailed account of why my progress on Lake Calamita has been a bit sporadic. But fingers crossed, with the roof fixed, the septic sorted eventually, and a slightly calmer August on the horizon, I'm really hoping we can finally gain some serious traction on the camper again. Thanks for sticking with us on this crazy journey. Let me know in the comments what you think of the painted door and the staged interior. And be sure to subscribe for more Lake Calamita updates, hopefully with less domestic and international drama next time. Always an adventure. If you've enjoyed following along on our journey, the planned stops and the unexpected detours, we'd love for you to join us for our further explorations. Hit that subscribe button below and become part of the When Nerds Learn to Fly crew. We've got more adventures in store and we can't wait to share them with you. Thanks for exploring with us. Until next time.